Greetings, Benjamin J from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on that 1666 that arrived. I just got it put back together, got the headlight going. There was actually nothing wrong with the headlight. It was just covered in oxide. So I actually pulled it out, scraped the contactors on the bulb and in the cowling itself. So I put this on the third rail, pulling 18 Lionel cars. I added 6 drops of mineral oil, and I've got the Sound of Power tender over here. I'm replacing the belt on it. So I put a slope back tender on this for the test. Let's see how this goes. Light is on and working. And it is smoking, pulling 18 Lionel cars. As you see, that is really smoking. That's running about 60% power, pulling 18 Lionel cars. Rather incredible. So it was definitely worth the 12 bucks. There's no doubt about that. So I'll get that Sound of Power tender repaired, put a new belt on it, and not a bad haul for 12 bucks, I don't think. Like I said, running about 60% power, pulling 18 Lionel cars. That smoke generator is actually working really, really well. A lot of weight behind that plastic locomotive, as you can see. So I'm happy with it. Now this has only been running for about, I don't know, half an hour, maybe, if that, since I did the unboxing video. So the smoke generator is working just absolutely splendidly. Engine runs forward and reverse. A bit of cleanup, get the rust off the push rods, straighten out the handrails. It's going to be a really nice locomotive. It's rather dirty. This thing has been stored someplace for decades, no doubt about that. So a bit of judicious lubing and tuning and some cleanup. This is going to be a really, really decent locomotive. As you see, it's running just absolutely perfectly, smoking well, runs forward and reverse, pulling 18 Lionel cars. Really difficult to beat that for 12 bucks. So like I said, I'll be running this the rest of the day. Get it cleaned up. It's going to be a great addition to the collection. Really, really inexpensive, running just perfectly. I could sell the Sound of Power tender and get my money back tomorrow. So I'm pleased with it. It only took actually a few minutes to get this running. Like I said, the armature bearing was out of place, so that's why the motor was frozen. This is running really, really well. Of course, the longer it runs, the better it will run. This thing has not run in decades. It's been a long, long time since this thing's been on a rail. But as you see, it's running, it's smoking, headlight works. So now it's just cleanup and tuning. Get the rust off the push rods. It's going to be a really decent locomotive. Put a new belt on this Sound of Power tender. Like I said, I can sell the tender and get my money back on this locomotive. But I'm really pleased with it. Running just absolutely perfectly. No problem with it at all. And I still haven't done anything to it. A few drops of oil, repositioned the armature bearing, and other than that, that's really it. Cleaned that headlight. The contacts were covered with oxide, which is why it didn't work. Still smoking. and running just perfectly, pulling 18 Lionel cars. So anyway, just a quick follow-up on this 1666. As I always stress, don't overlook the junk. Thing's running perfectly. Took 10 minutes to repair it. Excuse me. Oh, the smoke. If you actually want to call that a repair, basically I just repositioned the bearing for the armature. It was out of place. And so once you knock that armature out of position, that armature bearing out of position, it freezes these motors. They're not going to run. And very likely that was the last time this ran, and very likely it was dropped. Knocked the armature bearing out of position, and that was it. It never ran again. So about 10 minutes to repair that. Get the armature bearing back into position, a couple of drops of oil. That was it. Pulled the cowling off the front, cleaned the bulb itself, cleaned all the oxide off the connector for the bulb inside the cowling. E-unit's working. The thing's running just absolutely perfectly. Pulling 18 Lionel cars. So anyway, just a quick follow-up on that 1666. So I'll turn my attention to this Lionel Sound of Power tender, put a new belt on it, we'll take it from there. But so far so good. This locomotive is running just absolutely splendidly. So I'll get those handrails straightened out, get it cleaned up of course. This is going to be a really, really excellent runner. As you can see, it's having no trouble at all pulling 18 Lionel cars. Like I said, about 60% power. That's a lot of weight behind that plastic locomotive. Anyway, just want to do a quick follow-up video. Oh man, smoke. Excuse me. So, I'll get the tender repaired, get a new belt on it, and we'll take it from there. But I just want to do a quick follow-up on this 1666. Anyway, gotta say it again. Don't overlook the junk. 12 bucks on eBay and running just absolutely splendidly. Not only running, but smoking. So, just a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.